My name is Eric Ginsberg, and I am the English Methods course instructor for SDSU's credential program, TE 914. I've been teaching that class for 7 years, but I also have been a classroom educator throughout my career, starting back in 1999 after I finished the credential program at San Diego State. Most fueled by the idea of working with the struggling students that get the least attention. I feel like as a person who has struggled in my life in different aspects, I can empathize that in the course of one semester, you can make the most difference with those students. They deserve to have every chance at a brighter future and a better education. I was a substandard credential candidate first semester. Not academically, but as a student teacher in the classroom. I had no idea what I was getting into, but I also didn't have the abilities then that I have now and the skill set and the experience. But I didn't know how difficult teaching was. Teaching was the most difficult thing I had ever taken on. And I had doubts the entire time, especially first semester. There's an anecdotal story that I still tell occasionally that says that I was such a marginal first semester student teacher that my supervisor, looking at my heart and my desire to get better and the fact that I did care about teaching, she metaphorically tossed a coin about whether or not I would have to repeat first semester student teaching. I was able to continue on, but I realized going forward that I had to triple, quadruple my efforts. I was completely unprepared for what that was. And if I did not change dramatically, I changed my wardrobe, my attitude, my preparation, my research, my reading, everything. Because I said to myself, I need to be the person that is a above average, competent educator that is changing lives. Now, it's ironic now that a person who barely got through first semester student teaching is teaching future English teachers. But I definitely know that my empathy for my student teachers in the credential classes now is fueled by the fact that I've been there. And yet I found the fortitude to keep going, and it's changed my life. I believe that I've blended creating a real authentic classroom with research and theory and the tools that future English teachers need to be successful. What I mean by that, I actually ask them to be learners and to constantly shift between having a teacher hat on and having a student hat on. That the way that I'm facilitating them is not me lecturing to them, not me saying this is a university setting with teacher in front and I know best. That we are on a journey. I've taught and designed a hip-hop literature course. Rolling up to Helix, sipping on some coffee. And they design and perform performance poetry that transcends the classroom. Their voices refuse to be silenced. For me, allowing my educational curriculum, practices, strategies to let them take the stage, because whether it's the student teachers I work with in the credential program or whether it's my high school students here, it should never be about me. It's about what they can do, what they can accomplish. Now, if I can get credit if my students go on to do good things, but it really should never be about me. Do the work. And what I mean by that is there is real intellectual, grueling, in the trenches work, both physically demanding, intellectually draining, that has to be done. If you're going to be a teacher and you're going to change your life to fit that career, then you have to do the work. It won't get done for you. You have to go through all those failures and struggles and days where you're like, why did I choose this profession? And yet come out on the other day saying, you know, I still want this. I still know why I want to be an educator and change lives. So embrace the curve. And what I mean by that is, for any new activity that is challenging, daunting, and worthwhile, you have to embrace the curve. The curve is you start off very flat and you feel like you're not learning or gaining anything. But slowly, over time, you start getting better at that skill and that craft. Whether it's more comfortable, whether it's more skilled, whatever it is. You embrace the curve and say, you know what, I know that I will struggle for a long time, but eventually I'll get this. There's always more work to be done. I mean, you are never done. You are never complete as a teacher. I don't even think I'll say to myself and believe it that I'm a great teacher until my last day when I'm retired and say, I'm done. And I'll look back at what I've accomplished over the course of a 35, 40-year career. So you know what? I did some good work. But that idea of a great teacher, that teacher that inspires everyone, I mean, that is so fundamentally hard to create. It's a great goal, but yet I don't know if I could ever sit there and say I'm the greatest teacher ever, or that I can't ever learn.